Today we will learn to factorize numbers to get the least common multiple between two numbers and to get the greatest common factor between two numbers. First of all, to do these two things over here, we need to factorize numbers properly. So let's start with that. Factorizing a number, it's just getting the number expressed as a product of prime numbers. For example, 15 is the same as writing 3 times 5. And we know this is a prime number and 5 is a prime number, because it's only divisible by itself and by 1. There's no number that can divide 3 apart from 3 and 1. And the same thing goes with 5. There's no number that can divide 5 apart from 5 and 1. The best way to do this is to write the number you want to factorize with a huge line down over here. Then you will just start dividing by the prime numbers you know, starting from the list and going all the way to the top. You'll know that the first prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, and so on. You also must know the divisibility rules, so that you can identify what numbers you can divide this number by. In this case, as 252 is an even number, we can divide it by 2. And here, we will write the result of dividing 252 by 2, which is 126. And we will keep going until we get a 1. 126 is also divisible by 2. Here we get a 63. And once we reach a number that is not divisible by a number we've used before, we will try with the next prime number, which is 3. Here we get 21. 21 is also divisible by 3. We get 7, and 7 it's a prime number. So we will write 7, and we will have finished with our factorization. Now, 252 can be written as 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 7, which is the same as 2 to the power of 2 times 3 to the power of 2 times 7. Here's what you have to do to get the least common multiple between two numbers and the greatest common factor between two numbers. Let's say we want to calculate the least common multiple between 252 and 60. I have to factorize them, which is 2 to the power of 2 times 3 to the power of 2 times 7, and 60, which is 2 to the power of 2 times 3 times 5. To get the least common multiple between these two numbers, we will need to take all the factors, even if they are not common, so all factors, and take those who are to the greatest power. So for 252 and 60, we will get 2 to the power of 2 times 3 to the power of 2 times 7 times 5. That is 1260. On the other hand, for the greatest common factor, we need to take only common factors and add the least power. So with these two numbers, we would get 2 to the power of 2 times 3, because 7 it's not common and 5 it's not common. And we will have 4 times 3, which equals 12. And these two are the greatest common factor and least common multiple. A thing that helped me a lot is to remember that greatest common factor takes the least power and least common multiple takes the greatest power. Also, least common multiple takes all the factors and greatest common factor takes only the common factors. So just try to remember the opposite of the thing you want to do. If you want to do the least common factor, you have to take the greatest. And as you want to take the greatest, you are going to look for all the factors, because great means big. And taking all the factors is bigger than taking only the common ones. And then the opposite thing with the greatest common factor. Let's do one easy example. Let's factorize 450 and 6160. To, after we do that, get their least common multiple and their greatest common factor. 450 divided by 2 equals 225, divided by 5 equals 45, divided by 5 equals 9, divided by 3, 3, by 3, 1. And 6160 divided by 2 equals 3080, divided by 2. To get the least common multiple, we will take all the factors to the greatest exponent. Therefore, we will have 2 to the power of 4 times 3 to the power of 2 times 5 to the power of 2 times 7 to the power of 1 over here, because we don't have any 7 here, times 11 to the power of 1 because of the exact same thing, which equals to 277,200. Finally, to get the greatest common factor, we will take only the common factors, which in this case are only 2, 2, and 5, because 3 is not over here, 7 is not over there, and 11 is not over there. And we're going to exponentiate them to the least power. So, 2 to the power of 1 times 5 to the power of 1, which is 10. And these guys would be all the things I have to teach you on this video. Go and learn some math. Or I don't know, just pass your test.